This piece on the Way of the Patriarchs is the literal road that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and kings would have walked from Hebron to Jerusalem 3 times a year. At the 12-mile mark is the point of one day's journey into Jerusalem, into the temple. It was the very place God would have spoken to Abraham about offering Isaac, because he could see right from there Mount Moriah. It was one day's journey. An incredible story of the history. This very road that you see here is the place that the kings of Israel and the patriarchs that you read in the Bible would have walked this very road. We're at the 12-mile mark, 12 miles, a day's journey from entering into the temple in Jerusalem. What we're walking into now is a ritual bath. At this very point, before you could go towards Jerusalem, you had to come ritual bath and purification. So the impure or the unclean would go through the steps here, do the ritual bath, and then come back on the other side and come out and continue on the road to Jerusalem.
It says this mikveh is a ritual bath. This mikveh was digged in the time of the Second Temple. It's placed on the side of the main road from Hebron to Jerusalem. No connection to any settlement. There's no settlement in the area. So this was made just for the people that go walking to the temple. Its size, it's big size, and the difference between and the separation between the incoming and outgoing, showing that this mikveh was made for the olim, or the people that came on the 3 times of the year to visit Jerusalem. So they learn from this, because on a regular mikveh, you go in, you come out from the same door. Here it was like a quick business, like in Disneyland. You go hop, 1, 2, 3, and out, carry on. You know, so they bath here and they go pure to Jerusalem.
This is where pilgrims on the 3 great feasts of the year, when they were commanded to come up to Jerusalem, would come here before they would go to Jerusalem, come here to the mikveh, get purified to be able to go to and celebrate the feast. Here we are, 2,000 years later. This is what they did when they went to the Second Temple. It's a bit of history, and it's a reminder of the purification that we can have through Yeshua. Amen.
Just to think this very road of the patriarchs is the very road that Jesus himself walked. Just to think this is the very mikvah that you just saw that Jesus himself would have had to go down into ceremonial or spiritual cleansing and purification to come back up and to go a day's journey into Jerusalem himself. When I think about purification and what it means to us as Christians, it really is speaking about the atonement of Christ. It's speaking about regeneration and redemption. It's speaking about sanctification, and it's speaking about obedience. I've often said that the highest form of worship is simple obedience to God. What God is calling us to today is to walk the road, the journey of sanctification, to journey with the Lord, but by the grace of God, to be able to walk in the fullness of what He has for us. And the highest form of worship is simple obedience to God. Surrender your hearts today, as we need to every day to surrender to the goodness of God, to the sanctification of God, the atonement of God, the redemption of God, as we walk in simple obedience to what God has for us.